This is the Star News Brief. I'm Gloria Musimbi. President William Ruto's grand plan for another term in office is increasingly facing headwinds, with ODM a key partner in his administration, sending mixed signals on their support for his 2027 re-election. Ruto, in a calculated political maneuver, shifted his focus to Raila Odinga's bases after a visible decline in support from Mount Kenya, a key region in whose vote propelled him to power in 2022. The region, home to impeached Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, gave Ruto over 4 million votes in the last polls. Over the last few months, the camaraderie between Ruto and Raila has grown, with some of the latter's key allies consistently and publicly pledging ODM's backing for Ruto in the 2027 polls. Get a copy of The Star by subscribing to our e-paper for 40 shillings by logging on to www.mgazzetti.com. From narrow and pothole-ridden roads, a chaotic matatu sector that causes snarl-up and delays, as well as cartel-powered impunity, Nairobi's public transport has an almost lawless existence. The city's transport chief, Ibrahim Auma, has published a comprehensive reorganization of routes targeting matatus. There are mandatory demands for SACCOs to accede to before transport regulator NTSA can renew their license for 2025. The 120 routes are carefully planned to connect key neighborhoods, business hubs, residential areas, and critical services like hospitals seamlessly. Members of Parliament will today cut short their long recess to consider, amongst other reports, on President William Ruto's nominees. The lawmakers, who are on a 2-month recess, will consider committee reports on 3 cabinet secretaries' nominees who are set to join the broad-based government. The 3 are Mutahi Kagwe for Agriculture, William Kabogo for ICT, and Lee Kinyanjui for Trade. The Committee on Appointments, chaired by Speaker Moses Wetangula, met on Wednesday afternoon to finalize on the report of the 3 who are regarded as allies of the retired President Uhuru Kenyatta. President William Ruto will early next month return to Nyanza after what appears to be shifting political focus following decline in support from his Mount Kenya bastion. Ruto has been to the western region a record 5 times in the last 2 weeks, confirming his determination to broaden his chances ahead of the 2027 elections. The president will be in the lakeside city on February 7th for the Nyanza International Economic Conference, weeks after literally camping in the region in December. He will be the key guest at the conference, which was called off last year following nationwide youth-led protests to avert threats of a possible storming of the venue by protesters. The highly anticipated plea-taking of 12 police officers linked to the murder of baby Samantha Pendo has been postponed for the 3rd time, causing growing frustration among the public and the victim's family. This 3rd deferral comes after 2 earlier postponements, each accompanied by different justifications. The officers were set to plead to the charges for the first time on October 3rd, but they didn't allow time for one of the suspects, Mohammed Ba, who at the time was still at large, to be arrested. Get a copy of The Star by subscribing to our e-paper for 40 shillings by logging on to www.mgazzetti.com.